Hello, Leo, and welcome to my channel, Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, looking at your connection to the person that you are dealing with and needing to learn the most from right now. We're looking at all three sides of it. We've got your energy toward it, their energy toward it, and the energy in between it. The concept being that there are three sides to every story. So looking at their version of the truth, your version of the truth, their version of the truth, and then this higher level unbiased truth in the middle. As always, I've gone ahead and pulled the overall energy for each side of the connection, but we do have a different tarot deck that we'll be diving into for each side of the connection as well. These energies can absolutely be swapped. So if you end up resonating more to the energy with the energy to my right than to my left, that's totally fine and totally normal. And for cross watchers, obviously vice versa. Please remember these are general readings. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And remember that these will not resonate fully for every person. All right, Leo, on your side of this connection, you have power with spiritual cleansing. This connection definitely has a spiritual aspect to it. There's definitely a pretty big purpose for this connection in your life. And I feel like, I don't know if it makes you like it's helping you take back your power in some way. I don't know, like it's almost like it's helping you see what you need to see about yourself and about what you're deserving of so that you can take your power back. I don't necessarily know if it's a good way or a bad way. I mean, this side of the connection, this person has friendship with past life. So, we see this friendship card. This doesn't have to be a friendship, but I do see that, like, this was a past life connection of some sort, which means that when you met this person, it maybe felt very familiar. It felt you were able to be very comfortable with them. It just kind of felt like you had known them forever, right? Which maybe led to overlooking a few things, overlooking some red flags because things did feel so easy in the beginning. Now, in between this connection, you have release with truth. I'm going to be honest, I don't really think I necessarily know yet what this is saying because it feels like there's a truth that needs to be uncovered, but I don't know what this release is because this release and this spiritual cleansing card seem to be very similar energy. So there's something that is basically needing to be uncovered about this connection for a spiritual purpose. That's what I have so far on that. But I feel like we'll get more insight into that, obviously, as we pull tarot. So, Leo, let's start with your side of the connection. This is Leo's side of the connection to the person they are dealing with. This is Leo's side of this connection. Leo's side of this connection to the person they are dealing with. This is Leo's side of the connection, please. Ooh, yeah. The Tower with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So there's been something happened here. I don't know what yet, but something pretty intense. Tower with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Give me just a second. King of Pentacles with the Strength in reverse. Okay. Could be dealing with an earth sign. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. You definitely don't have to be. Something happened, and this connection, it caused a loss of your power. Like it took a lot from you. I feel like it took maybe a little bit of your self-confidence, your feelings of self-worth, even. Like it was pretty intense. Now, with this Ten of Pentacles in reverse, it's almost like you were taken for granted in this connection. And I feel like it was one of those, like, slowly but surely, like you kind of felt like your worth wasn't being seen. You weren't really being treated the way you deserved. And then something eventually, it all kind of like came to a head. And I feel like that when that happened, everything really hit you. Like this, it's like these feelings you had been building up for a while kind of all came out at once. Leo's energy toward this person. The Four of Swords with the King of Pentacles in reverse. And the Knight of Cups. This is this way. Because this Knight of Cups is in reverse. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. So this connection, I mean, it feels like it kind of continued to take from you until you couldn't do it anymore with the Four of Swords in reverse. It was slow. It was like a slow burn. And then it was big. It was slow and then it wasn't. But it was very triggering. This connection has been very triggering for you, Leo. This is interesting. Leo's side of this connection. Leo's side of this connection to the person they are dealing with. There's the Knight of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles. Why are we staying around these cards? I don't understand why. Clarifying this Ten of Pentacles with the Nine of Pentacles. It's interesting though, because what it's saying is this connection is slowly leading you toward abundance here. Not necessarily with this person, but it's like the purpose of it, it's almost like this connection is putting you through a spiritual cleansing, or has put you through, or did put you through, whatever resonates with you, to open you up to abundance. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, let's see if shuffle a little bit more. This is Leo's side of the connection to this person, please. Leo's side of the connection to the person they are dealing with. This is Leo's side of the connection. Are you kidding me? It's the Knight of Cups in reverse again. It's like, oh, but it's triggering you into releasing limiting beliefs you have about yourself and a love. This connection is literally helping you break free in a way. Now, I feel like it did that. I mean, it's doing that by triggering you. Let's see. Let me get more for the Knight of Cups in reverse and the Eight of Swords in reverse. The Temperance in reverse. With the Two of Pentacles in reverse and the Devil. It feels very like this devil energy was heavily at play here, and it feels very kind of toxic. Don't necessarily know if that was you or this person, but the connection and the root of it just feels very icky. But this has caused you, it's like it's caused you a lot of emotional turmoil in a way. But it's all working out for the good in some way. It's like it is. It's helping release you from these limiting beliefs that you have around love, around what it is you're deserving of, or what, something like that. More for Leo's side of this connection. Leo's side of this connection, please. Wow. Yeah. Okay. So you have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse with the Ten of Swords in reverse. There's the Magician in reverse. There's the Lovers. Okay. So this is breaking a very intense karmic cycle in your life. Now, it has been painful. So don't, I'm not trying to downplay the way you feel, because it's been very painful. But what it's doing, because you have this doubt that there's someone that can treat you like you deserve out there. It's you doubt in what you're deserving of. And so it feels like what this is doing is, it's almost like, how do I say this? It's like you don't want to repeat this cycle because it has been so painful that it's going to make you reevaluate what you will accept for yourself, which means you are now going to be holding yourself and others to higher standards, which means that you are going to be accepting more than what you've been accepting before, because you have been accepting below what you deserve. But you've been doing that because you didn't think that anything would ever come along and be what it is you deserve. So remember, we accept what we think we deserve, right? And that's what's been happening here. But it's almost like the universe is, you had to go through it to realize that you're not going to put yourself back in that position again. Leo's side of this connection to the person they are dealing with. It's like this connection in a very backwards way is teaching you your worth. Leo's connection to the person they are dealing with, please. Okay, but there's a perspective shift that's needed. Because I feel like right now you're focusing so much on what happened. The King of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, Hierophant reverse, and then the World. You're focusing so much on what happened instead of what it's trying to teach you. And the more that we can look at every single situation and say, okay, what is this trying to teach me? And try not to look at it from a victim mentality, even if you did happen to be a victim in a connection. But trying not to look at it from a victim mentality and saying like, man, I'm so upset that happened to me. Saying, okay, what part of my belief system made me attract this into my life so that I don't have to relive this? What do I need to learn from this? That's what this is. I mean, that's the spiritual cleansing. It's almost like you're breaking a really heavy karmic cycle through this connection. Well, let's see what this person's dealing with. This is the person that Leo is dealing with, side of the connection to Leo. You have past life and friendship. This person's energy to Leo, please. This person's energy toward Leo. Oof, okay. Yeah, they're a runner. And there's the Ten of Pentacles in reverse again. They don't see your worth. They took you for granted. And then I feel like you got too close and they ran the other way. So this is super karmic. There was a reading I did, I think it was for Scorpio. And the title was The Chaser and the Runner. And I'm not necessarily saying that's what this is, but it kind of feels like similar energy on this side of the connection with this runner energy. Because this person, they're very, I feel like they live their life in a very surface level way. And that has directly impacted you in a lot of ways here, Leo. Let's get more for this person's side of the connection to Leo. More for this person's side of the connection to Leo. You're breaking like a huge karmic cycle here. The Tower. See, this Tower that happened here, it greatly impacted. It's like, okay, because you have the Page of Wands and the Two of Cups. How you were taught to give and receive love in childhood is being reflected at you through this person, and specifically through this Tower that's taking place. So this is a really impactful karmic lesson that this person is associated with in your life. And it has to do with how you were taught to give and receive love in childhood, how you were taught as a kid what love was and how it worked. So if you were taught that love equals pain, you kind of put up with that here, or whatever the case is. Transactional love could be the lesson. It's a general reading, so I don't want to get too specific, but this person's energy to Leo. The Death. The King of Wands. Oof, okay. This connection was supposed to go the way it did. It was kind of like strategically placed in your life for this specific purpose. And it might be hard to see it that way because there might be a lot of regret associated with this because of all the pain, like how painful it's been. But this is very purposeful. This was put into your life for a reason. This person's energy to Leo. This person's energy to Leo. This person's energy for Leo to Leo. It's weird because it's not giving me as much about like this person's energy toward you as much as it is telling me how it's impacting you. Because this is usually where we talk about the purpose, right? As in between the connection. But it's almost saying like this person's energy is triggering something really deep, right? And through healing that, because both of these are healing cards for me, Star and the Three of Swords in reverse, through healing that is where you find your sun, your happiness. There's a lot of happiness on the other side of healing from this. It almost feels like right now is not a time to be focusing on this person's energy toward you. What else? I feel, Leo, like you have a track record of being taken for granted, taken advantage of. Six of Cups, 10 of Pentacles in reverse, again in the King of Swords. You have a track record of this energy showing up in your life in friendships, romantic relationships, all across the board, possibly even in the workplace. Just feeling like your energy is not appreciated. You never really feel like your value is seen or you're appreciated for who you really are. And this person was a reflection of that, all of that wrapped up in one. And the more that you heal from this, the more that you are healing something rooted in you that makes you accept less than what you deserve and attract situations that reflect back to you feelings of being inadequate or not being good enough or not being deserving or not, being taken for granted, whatever the case is. So this really is a blessing in disguise. I mean, this Wheel of Fortune in reverse card to me is like negative changes, but negative changes that will always lead to something good. So it really is my blessing in disguise card. And that's what this is saying. So this is definitely like a really deep karmic connection or a karmic lesson is attached and associated with this connection. This person's energy toward Leo. Like you were supposed to meet this person. You definitely were. There is a reason that things played out the way it did. The Moon in reverse of the Three of Cups in reverse. I feel like there's a need. Okay, hang on. I want to get a little bit more to clarify one part of this. That's not what I want. That's too many. I just want to clarify this Three of Cups in reverse. This Three of Cups in reverse energy for Leo, please. This King of Swords and the Judgment. Okay. Okay. So, how do I put this? This person triggered a lot of fear for you. And that fear, it could be anything from fear of being alone to fear of being vulnerable. Like, I don't know. I don't know what the fear is. It's a general reading. But the fear that is associated has been, because remember, 95% of our movements, choices, and decisions are subconscious. And therefore, that means that the way that we respond and act to our environment, the choices we make, the decisions we make, stem from 95% of stem from our subconscious majority, which means that if we don't have an active role in looking at our subconscious fears, insecurities, anxieties, doubts, limiting beliefs, then those are going to control our life. And there is a certain fear associated that lives in your subconscious that keeps you attracting situations that are trying to bring this fear to the surface. And it turns out, and it reflects itself back to you as a feeling of not being, like, of being taken for granted, of like your energy and your time and your love, or whatever the case, being taken for granted. And this person, their purpose in your life is to break that cycle for you. So if this, the reason this has been so painful is this is not just hurting you because this connection hurts you. It is hurting all of this past energy that you've built up about feeling taken for granted, and it's all coming out through this connection. That's why it's so karmic. And this person really, it's like their purpose in your life is to help break that. Now, it's kind of silly that those messages came out, because now I'm gonna hop on over to the extended, where we're gonna look at the purpose of this connection. And I'm interested because it feels like there's this need to associate this connection with how you've learned about love in the past and where you learned it from, to be able to fully learn whatever it is you're needing to learn. And I feel like there's something missing here. But we're gonna hop on over to the extended. I'm gonna look at the truth of this. I'm gonna pull 9 different messages, then I have an advice card to pull at the end. Thank you so much, Leo, as always, for the support of my channel. I do hope that this reading resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, I wish you nothing but love and healing on your journey moving forward. Bye, Leo.